Hello and welcome inside Big Red Field here on the campus of Denison University in Granville, Ohio, as the Hamilton Joes take to the road for the second game of this home-and-home series with the Licking County Settlers here on a Tuesday night. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Luke Westpoli joined alongside, as always, by Blake Griffin. Blake, close one yesterday for the Joes. Licking County gets it done in the ninth via the one run that gave them the lead. They take it 4-3 to take a 2-1 lead in the series, but a big chance to bounce back for a Hamilton Joes team that just cannot be beat, it seems, on the road this season.
Yeah, going to be good to see the Joes just kind of get back on winning ways. Was not particularly a tough loss yesterday. We just hit the ball well, pitched the ball well, just had a couple of things not break our way, and that's just baseball.
Absolutely. A 4-3 loss for the Joes yesterday, who come into this game with a game-and-a-half lead on the rest of the GLSCL South atop the division despite the loss, with a record of 11-7. As mentioned, they are 7-0 on the road this season. They will face off against a Licking County team that's currently tied for second place, a game-and-a-half behind the Joes, with a record of 9-8, 5-4 at home. Their home games, of course, split between Heath High School, where the Joes saw them the first time, and here at Denison University. Kettering Hills starting lineups for the Joes. Batting first and playing left field will be Grant Miller. Batting second and DHing Walker Bridges. In the three-hole is the catcher Nick Wimmers. Batting cleanup and making his debut at second base will be Parker Lester. Batting fifth and playing center field Bennett Clement. Batting sixth and playing third Riley Hawthorne. Batting fifth and playing right field Caden Konzak. Batting seventh and playing right field Caden Konzak. Batting eighth and playing first base is Cal Brazier, and rounding out the order at short is Sam Lowe. On the mound for the Licking County Settlers is Owen Little, making his second start, fourth appearance overall. He's pitched 7 innings, given up 7 earned runs, struck out 6, and walked 5. Little out of Southwest Tennessee Community College, native of St. Peter, Minnesota. Lefty on the mound today to start things off for the Settlers. 6'4", 186 sophomore is Owen Little. He will face off against Grant Miller. Umpires tonight, Tom Vasiloff at the plate, George Tidwell on the bases. Beautiful night for baseball here in Granville, just outside Columbus. Grant Miller will dig in to lead things off. Miller now the GLSCL leader in batting average at .396. Lefty on righty matchup. First pitch fired in and lifted up on the right side. It's going to get out of play. Maybe in the Joes bullpen, it'll get over it from Grant Miller. Field surrounded by trees here at Denison University, just across the street from the rest of the Denison campus in Granville. It's the 0-1 offering to Miller. On the way, swinging a chopper over to third, fielded in foul territory by White. He'll pick that one up on the 2-hop to run the count 0-2 to Miller. Miller back in the lineup today after having the night off yesterday. Mentioned took a hard slide a couple of nights ago. If you watched that game against the Richmond Jazz and at home, scored a run, but looked to have banged up that shoulder. Said he was fine, took BP yesterday, said he felt good, but the Joes gave him a day of rest, and now here he is back in the normal leadoff spot. 0-2, breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Going chasing off the outside corner is Grant Miller. Owen Little goes off speed and picks up his first strikeout of the day. One down in the inning and nobody on now for Walker Bridges.
Yeah, that's going to be a good breaking ball to see consistently from the middle, especially if he can spot that up on that outside corner to righties.
Bridges another righty to face off against Little. Batting .333 this season. He goes after the first pitch. This one knocked down into center. It's going to drop for a base hit. Fielded on the 2-hop. Now this is going to get behind Crawford. Bridges jogging into second. He's going to get there standing up.
Man, his bridge has been hot the last couple of days.
Absolutely. We saw him start in the leadoff spot yesterday, now knocked down to the 2-hole. But yesterday we saw him go 2 for his first 2 with a single and a double. That time he goes after the first pitch. He's able to slot it out in center. Fortunate break there as it was misplayed out in center by Crawford. Now we'll bring up Nick Wimmers, catching today for the Joes. Evan Ulrich getting the night off. Runner on second, one down. First pitch to Wimmers, down and away for ball one. First time we'll see a little pitch from the stretch this evening.
Wimmers, who got here late, Dad had a slow leak in his tire, so he didn't had to hit in the last BP group.
Well, swing and a miss at that pitch that dives underneath his bat. Nice breaking ball there from Little. That'll even the count of the ball and a strike.
But talked about how it's kind of the first time he's seen his parents over a summer in quite some time.
Yeah,
so they drive him everywhere.
Yeah, bouncing around a few schools, now in the transfer portal again, staying at home this summer. 1-1 inside to Wimmers. Able to lean out of that one. And that will make the count 2-1 now. Runner on second, one down. No score here in the top of the first between Hamilton and Licking County in the second game of a home-and-home series between these two teams. Here's the 2-1 breaking ball, and it catches the top of the zone for strike two. That breaking ball continuing to work for Owen Little here early. That will even the count 2-2 to Nick Wimmers. Little takes a look at second. Now deals the 2-2 home. This one flared up and out of play up the right side. Into the woods it'll go. Wimmers staying alive with the count remaining 2-2. Walker Bridges with a decent-sized lead, about 2.5, 3 shuffles or so off second base.
Bridges not a guy that steals bases consistently, just 4 on the season, has been caught twice.
2-2 pitch. That one bounces before reaching home plate. Blocked by Davison. Trying to third anyway, and getting there safely is Walker Bridges. Good heads-up play there on the late steal, as that one was blocked down from the chest of Davison behind home plate, but Bridges takes off, and the speed too much. He advances over to third. Count full to Nick Wimmers now.
Only needing a rollover to get himself an RBI.
The payoff pitch on the way. This one chopped over to short. Wisner will wait on it. Going to go over to first. It's a high throw, but it won't matter. In there in time. Bridges will come in to score as the Joes take a 1-0 lead. Base is empty, 2 down now on the top of the first. 4-man Parker Lester coming up.
Wimmers doing exactly what you need to do there. You can't go down on strikes. You have to put a ball in play. And able to pick himself up an RBI.
First lefty batter to face off against Owen Little tonight. Parker Lester batting .233 this season. First pitch from Little lifted up on the left side. This is going to sky its way out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Decent crowd on hand here in Granville. 0-1 dealt in. Swing and a ground ball right side that will finish foul to the right of first base. Lester falls behind 0-2. Joe's leading 1-0 after the RBI ground out from Nick Wimmers. Wind up, 0-2 pitch, up high. Lester lays off. They'll move the count to 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Owen Little starts and finishes the inning in the same way. 2 swinging strikeouts for him, but he does concede 1 run in the top of the first as Walker Bridges comes around to score on the Nick Wimmers ground out. To the bottom of the inning we go. We'll give you the Settlers lineup when we come back. 1-0 our score. Joe's on top. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first here from Granville. Hamilton leading Licking County by a 1-0 score. Adam Crawford will lead things off for the Settlers. They try to claw their way back into this game. Crawford batting .311 this season. Best hitter in this Licking County lineup in the leadoff spot. Lefty will face off against the lefty pitcher, Noah Tincher, on the mound for the Joes. The first pitch paints the black on the inside corner for strike one. Noah Tincher out of St. Joseph's University, making his third start, fourth appearance. He's pitched 7 innings so far. As the 0-1 comes in, swinging a foul tip that'll trickle to the backstop for strike two. Tincher's given up 5 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 6 and struck out 10 through his first 3 appearances. Readies for the 0-2. Winding and now firing. This one's lifted up, shallow left field. Tough play. Coming in is Miller, and this one's going to drop just to the left of the line in foul territory. That ball had all kinds of movement on it. There were 3 Joes in pursuit. As joining that play late was Sam Lowe from short. Hawthorne and Miller were already going after it. And landed in between all 3 of them, but lucky enough for the Joes, just barely in foul territory.
Yeah, missed by inches and would have required Noah Tincher to cover third on that and would have been possibly a 3-bagger there.
Yeah, it would have been an easy double at least for Adam Crawford, but the count remains 0-2 instead. Tincher fires home. Swing, and that one's fouled off of the leg of Crawford. So he continues to stay alive here. Still no balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Adam Crawford. 14 for 45 this season. Tincher winds and fires, and that's rung up on the inside corner, strike 3. Crawford doesn't like it. He's got some words for Tom Vasiloff at home, but he will be down on the backwards K. So both pitchers on each side beginning things with a strikeout, and there will now be 1 down in the inning with the bases empty for Danny Estrada.
That's one thing we like to see Tincher get back to. Last time he came out, walked 2 and only struck out 1.
First pitch to Estrada, up high for ball 1. Had him ducking out of the way, but it swerved its way back toward the zone. Didn't quite get there. Now quickly, the 1-0. Over the heart of the plate for strike 1. One offering. On the way, swing and a miss. Snapped right by the bat of Danny Estrada on the inside corner. Another 2-strike count here. Last time Tincher won the battle, looking for back-to-back. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a lifted shot up the left side. It's going to get over the Settlers dugout and out of play. Into the softball field adjacent to us here at Big Red Field. Baseball and softball fields right next to each other here, across the street from the rest of the campus at Denison. 1-2 misses up high.
Nice little soccer field out here, too.
Absolutely. That one, as you kind of drive your way into the baseball field. 2-2 from Tincher. Swing and a miss. There's that slider from Noah that just dives away from the bat of Danny Estrada. Back-to-back Ks to begin the outing for Tincher. And 2 down and the base is empty now as Chase Wisner will dig in.
Looking like his appearance against the Mariners at the beginning of the season where he struck out half the guys he faced. Struck out 6, faced 12.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. Swung over the top of by Wisner on the outside corner for strike 1. Lefty on righty matchup now. Quickly into the 0-1. That paints the bottom part of the zone for strike 2. Noah Tincher looking mighty comfortable up there on the mound.
He's only thrown 2 balls so far.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a lifted shot into shallow right field, but coming over and making the catch a couple steps to his left is Caden Konzak, and that will retire the side. Settlers down in order, 1-2-3, and the Joes retain the lead after 1 inning of play. 1-0 our score. Clement, Hawthorne, and Konzak due up for the Joes when we come back. Second inning on the way from the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com. A proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Back for the second inning of action here from Denison University. Hamilton Joes leading the Licking County Settlers 1-0. Leading off this inning for the Joes will be the center fielder Bennett Clement. Second on the team now in batting. .353 average for him through 12 games. Lefty on righty matchup here. First pitch, this one hit well out into left center. Coming over is Crawford, having to reach down, but he makes the catch. Underneath waist height for out number one. Tough play there for Crawford, but he makes it and retires Bennett Clement. That will bring up Riley Hawthorne. Base is empty, one down. Joe's trying to even the season series and continue all kinds of trends, continue the undefeated streak on the road, and continue the trend in this series. First pitch misses down low to Hawthorne. The road team has won every single game through 3 games in this series between these two teams. Both games at Foundation Field won by the Settlers. One game at Heath High School won by the Joes. 1-0, swung on and missed on the outside corner, just out of the reach of Riley Hawthorne. That'll even the count 1-1.
And one more game left in the series, correct?
Yes, one more. The final meeting will be July 6th at Foundation Field. 1-1 offering. On the way, swing and a miss. High arching breaking ball there. Finishes below the zone. Swung over the top of by Riley Hawthorne. Another 2-strike count now. Little nods. Now deals the 1-2. This one hit. Line drive over the head at second of Cope and into right field for a base hit. Good piece of 2-strike hitting from Riley Hawthorne as he just floats that one into right for a 1-out single.
So we saw a whole BP round pregame is really tried to just shoot those smaller gaps and did so right there.
So Caden Konzak will come up now for the Joes. Leading the bottom 3 of this order. In right field, runner on first, one down. From the stretch, Little looking over at first. Bluffs home, now the throw over to first. Blocked down by Furchaw, but he can't corral it. Knocked it down to his feet, but then just picked it up and harmlessly threw back to Little on the mound. Saw a little bluff over there at first from Riley Hawthorne, but fortunate to get back on the pickoff. Here's the pitch. This one laced right side, and that's down for a base hit. Hawthorne taking a turn around second, but now he's going to come back. Throws a good one out there from Garth in right. Quickly into the infield, but nonetheless back-to-back hits for the Joes as Konzak will put him on first and second.
Pepper in that right side of the field.
Yeah, the two lefties, the 6 and 7 rather in the Joes order, come up big. So that'll bring up the big righty Cal Brazier, but now prior to this we're going to get a pause and a late called mound visit. And we're going to get an infield meeting called now. So everybody called in from the Settlers. Runners on first and second, one out. Joe's leading 1-0 after the RBI ground out from Nick Wimmers brought in Walker Bridges in the top of the first. Seen 2 strikeouts aside from each pitcher in the first inning. No strikeouts yet for Owen Little here in the second.
Interestingly, yesterday we did see Cal Brazier intentionally walked in almost the same situation.
Yeah, we saw him intentionally walk. There were runners on second and third.
I believe there were 2 outs at that time.
Yeah, and he was intentionally walked with 2 outs to bring up Tristan Melvin with the bases loaded, and it paid off for the Settlers as Melvin grounded out to third. Very similar situation we saw yesterday where the Joes took a 1-0 lead in the first inning. That lead was carried all the way up to the fourth, where the teams had trade runs. Licking County would take their first lead in the top of the sixth as they would score 2. So now first and second. First pitch going to come to the big righty, Cal Brazier. First pitch, high and away for ball 1. Davison springing up and making the catch behind the plate. Brazier, the big Canadian, looking for a big RBI chance here. As the 1-0 delivered in, this one ripped down the left side. That's going to get down for at least 1. Rounding third and heading home is Hawthorne. Digging for second is Brazier, getting held up at third, Konzak. It's an RBI double. Little TikTok Dancelli over there on second from Cal Brazier. But he keeps this Joe's train going, as that's now 3 straight hits from the bats. And now 2 in scoring position for the 9-man Sam Lowe, which is 1 down.
And we've seen Cal Brazier consistently just trying to work on his swing during batting practice. Head coach Tyler Thaman just kind of giving him some tips and telling him to be more quiet in his stance. And it really paid off right there.
Absolutely. Been kind of making that swing a little more efficient, bringing it in a little bit tighter. Paid off for him there as he laced that one down the left field line. Sam Lowe gets the first pitch and takes this one out deep to left center field. Both outfielders pursuing it. Nobody's going to get there. Rounding first and heading for second, it's going to score 2 runs, sliding in. A 2 RBI double from Sam Lowe will double the Joes lead, 4-0 now.
My goodness, how good are the Joes on the road? Hopping out to a big 4-0 lead in just the second inning.
So back to the top of the order we go. I mean, sometimes the Joes just look like a completely different team on the road. I don't know what it
100%.
is, but Settlers are going to throw over to third. Guess maybe arguing with the base umpire. Someone didn't touch the base over there. But
Cal, I think they were arguing.
yeah, nothing going to come of it. So a runner on second and 1 out. Joes with a 4-run cushion now for the top of the order. Grant Miller coming up.
Phenomenal with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, getting his first look. As that one misses high and away. Struck out swinging his first time up. See if you can learn a little from Owen Little here. We talked about how odd it is that Grant Miller leads the team in RBIs despite sitting in that leadoff spot pretty much every time he's been in the lineup this season. Now the 0-1 fired in. This one hit hard left side but foul on a line drive.
You talk about the Joes being a completely different team on the road. Grant Miller's a completely different guy at the plate when he's not leading off an inning.
Absolutely. We talked about his numbers time and time again. Batting sub 100 when leading off an inning despite occupying that one spot. But somehow leading the GLSCL in batting average and leading this first place Joes team in RBIs. 1-1 count to him here with a runner on second and 1 down. Here's the pitch. This one fouled back on the right side. Into the netting on the backstop. 2 strikes, pardon me, now on Grant Miller. Little looking for his 3rd strikeout on the day. Trying to calm things down here after the Joes put across 3 in the top of the second. Little is set on the mound. Takes a look at second. Now home. He deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Miller goes chasing up high. That's his 2nd strikeout. K number 3 for Owen Little. And now there's 2 down in the inning as Walker Bridges will come up. Bridges went after the first pitch he saw in the first, paid off for him. So he was able to get a single out of it. First pitch to Walker Bridges on the way. Breaking ball, catches the outside corner for strike 1. Open up the back door there for Owen Little. Pitcher warming up in the Settlers bullpen. It is a righty out there. Back and forth. Now we get an 0-1. This one bounces in. Squeezed by Davison with the arm and leg for ball 1.
That'll be pitch number 30 in just the second inning of work for Owen Little.
Despite giving up the 1 run, things went rather smoothly otherwise in the first inning for him. As now the 1-1 dealt in. This one hit hard in the air to the left side. Going back is Estrada. That's going to get up, and it's caught. What a catch by Estrada as he jumps up and catches that one over the right shoulder. A highlight reel play that for sure saved a run and robs Walker Bridges of his second hit of the day. The Joes, though, still do get 3 as Owen Little gives up his first earned runs of the night, and quite a cushion for Noah Tincher coming back out onto the mound for his second inning of work when we return. To the bottom of the second we go, 4-0 our score. Joes on top. You're watching Joes Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio.
The Casual Pint is a community and neighborhood craft beer spot located in Hamilton that provides a vast selection of the best craft beers the region has to offer. They also offer a great selection of food options from appetizers to entrees, so if you just need a snack while you socialize or want to enjoy lunch or dinner, they have something that will hit the spot. Go online and order at hamilton.thecasualpint.com or go to their location located on 130 Riverfront Plaza. That is 130 Riverfront Plaza in Hamilton, Ohio. Proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
To the bottom of the second inning we go here in Granville. Joes leading 4-0 after 3 runs were put across from the bottom of the order in the top of the second inning. Noah Tincher back on the mound for the Joes. Lefty will face off against the right fielder Drew Garth, making his first plate appearance. Settlers were retired in order in the bottom of the first inning. 2 strikeouts for Tincher to start off his outing. From the windup, first offering on the way, low and in. Will trickle off the glove of Wimmers to his right for ball 1.
Yeah, threw 14 pitches in that inning, but only threw 2 balls. That's the 3rd ball we've seen from him.
Yeah, really around that zone well and was able to draw a lot of swing and miss stuff. It's the 1-0, swing and a foul tip. It trickles down the line, but finishes foul. Played by Wimmers. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Yesterday, Drew Garth was 1 for 3, reached base 3 times. We'll face the 1-1. Just yanked off the plate on the outside corner for ball 2. It's a little too much on that slider from Noah Tincher. 2-1. On the way, that's right down Broadway for strike 2. So that'll make the count 2-2 to the leadoff man, Drew Garth. Tincher winds, fires, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Second looking strikeout for Noah Tincher, who continues to roll. K number 3 now through just 4 batters. And that will bring up Austin Davison, just trying to crack this code for the Settlers, as they've really struggled to find anything off Noah Tincher thus far. righty batter coming in. First pitch, swing and a miss on the outside half of the plate to Davison on the fastball for strike one. Bases empty. Quickly into the 0-1. This one hit well out into center field. Going back and to his right is Clement into the gap underneath it. He makes the catch just short of the warning track for out number 2. Best contact we've seen from a Settlers hitter all night so far comes from the bat of Austin Davison, but to no avail. It finds the glove of Bennett Clement in center.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things you kind of get the advantage of working as fast as Noah Tincher is right now. Kind of catching some guys off guard. Maybe if he takes a little longer, Davison barrels that into a gap, but instead is off balance.
First pitch on the outside corner to Logan White for strike one. White, the third baseman, hasn't seen any action in the field just yet. As the 0-1 chopped over to short, coming over on it is Lowe, jumping up to catch that one. He'll fire over to first in time. And the Settlers down in order for the second straight inning. 6 up, 6 down through 2. To the top of the third inning we go. Wimmers, Lester, Clement due up for the Joes. Stay with us. 4-0 Joes on top on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Joes fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at CBoxSports.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Joes rolling here on the road in Granville. Top of the third inning from Big Red Field on the campus of Denison University. Joes on top 4-0. As the full lineup really producing for the Joes. Top of the order comes through with that 1 run in the first. Bottom of the order comes up big with 3 more in the second. Now kind of the middle of the order, you could say, looking to come through for the Joes. Nick Wimmers, who does have an RBI on the day, will come up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out.
Yeah, already here in the third inning, and just 3 Joes without a hit.
First pitch from Little, who's back on the mound, down and away, or down and in, rather, 4-1. We saw some action from a right-hander in the Settlers bullpen, but they're going to ride the arm of Little for now, as it is still very early. 1-0, flared off the end of the bat from Wimmers, high and out of play on the right side. That'll probably end up in the creek somewhere. That runs kind of to the right of the stadium. 1-1 count to the leadoff man, Nick Wimmers, batting from the right side. As that one gets away, up and away. Good catch behind the plate by Davison. My goodness. Nobody on, so it won't matter. It'll still be a 2-1 count to Wimmers. Little shakes a couple pitches off, now deals in the 2-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Out in front of it there. That fooled Nick Wimmers. And that will be strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Little winds and fires. Down and in. Bouncing in the turf. Only one other game on the schedule in the South Division tonight as the Richmond Jazz head to Grady's Field for the second straight night, take on the Xenia Scouts. Jazz leading 1-0 in the bottom of the second. 3-2 to Wimmers. That one softly hit, but just over the head of Wisner at short into left field for a base hit. Long turn around first for Wimmers, but he will retreat. He's now got his first hit on the day. Only 3 more Joes now that are hitless, and one of them coming up now, Parker Lester, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Yeah, I was kind of concerned about how the Joes would hit today, as they had to kind of rush the batting practice as we got in a little bit late and had to rush BP, but have not missed a beat whatsoever.
Runner on first, nobody out. Middle infield looking for a double play. First pitch to Lester. Catches the top of the zone for strike 1. On the middle part of the plate. Lester, as we mentioned, making his first appearance at second base. We've now seen him everywhere in the infield except short. Third, second, and first. 0-1 on the way, breaking ball. Catches the inside half of the plate for strike 2. Good breaking pitch there from Owen Little. We've seen that work really well for him throughout these first couple of innings. He's certainly fooled a couple of Joes with it. 2-strike count. Here's the pitch to Lester. That one hit over the head at second. Wimmers racing around second. He's going to dig for third, and he's going to get in there standing up. Parker Lester will put him on the corners with the single. As a mistake there from Little, it looked like Davison was lined up on the outside half of the plate, and that throw was a little too far inside. And Lester just looped that one up into right field. Cope was also playing a little farther in at second base, and so that one may not have got over his head if he was in a normal position. But nonetheless, a hit's a hit for Parker Lester, as now only 2 Joes remain, and one of them coming up who is hitless. Bennett Clement flew out to center field in his lone plate appearance. First pitch, this one grounded into the 5-6 hole past a diving White, and there's no play at short as Wisner backed it up. A run's going to come in to score. Lester moves to second. 3 singles to start the inning for the Joes. Bennett Clement with an RBI, and it is a 5-0 Hamilton lead.
Yeah, when it's your day, you know. It just seems like it's hitting on all cylinders for the Joes tonight. Everything's dropping, everything's finding gaps.
So now Riley Hawthorne will come up. He started the parade for the Joes. Runners on first and second, still nobody out here in the top of the third. Joes leading 5-0. Runners go. First pitch, breaking ball. They're going to throw to second, and it's not going to be in time to beat out the speedy Bennett Clement. Interesting that Davison decided to go to second there. Both runners safe for the Joes. That'll advance 2 into scoring position.
Well, so the thing about throwing to the back trailing runner is that normally he's going to get a worse jump because he's not the one who's stealing. He's got to watch the guy in front of him. So you have a better chance, but that is Bennett Clement who leads the Joes in stolen bags.
0-1 breaks away from the plate for ball 1. Yeah, Clement probably one of the fastest guys on this team.
Double digits now in stolen bases.
Out there on second base, yeah, and definitely one of the more aggressive base runners on this Joes team.
100%.
2 in scoring position, 1-1 count to Riley Hawthorne. Here's the pitch. It's spiked in the dirt. Good block by Davison. So a hitter's count here for Riley Hawthorne, who comes up with another chance to really break things open. As we mentioned, started a parade of hits, 4 straight for the Joes in that second inning. Now looking to make it 4 straight here in the third, on the tail end this time. 2-1. Breaking ball down and away for ball 3. Caden Konzak on deck for the Joes. He had a single his last time up. Still runners on second and third, nobody out. Joes up 5-0 on the Licking County Settlers here on the road. 3-1. Down low, that'll miss for ball 4. First walk of the day for Owen Little, who despite the hits has at least commanded the zone pretty well when the ball hasn't found a Joe's bat. But now we're going to get a mound visit and potentially could see a new arm on the mound for the Settlers. Bases are loaded with nobody out for the Joes and a 5-run lead. That'll indeed be the case. An abbreviated night for Owen Little as the Settlers starter exits after just 2 complete innings with nobody out and the bases loaded here in the third. We got a new arm on the mound for the Settlers. We'll let you know who it is when we come back. Joes all over Licking County here from Granville. You're watching Joes Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event. Become a part of the Fitton Center and redefine the way you experience the arts in Hamilton.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
4-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, they're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008.
Quite a jam for the new pitcher, Nick Oyster, for the Licking County Settlers. Comes up with the bases loaded and nobody out. He's sophomore out of Hilliard, Ohio, from Bryan and Stratton College in Akron. Will come into the game with the Settlers trailing 5-0. Joe's looking to break this one wide open, wide in that gap. Caden Konzak coming to the plate. Hawthorne on first, Clement on second, Lester on third for the Joes. 6th appearance out of the bullpen for Nick Oyster. Probably the toughest situation he's come into this season so far.
Yeah, Reddy going to face the lefty. So kind of favorable opportunity here for Konzak.
First pitch to Konzak. This one hit down the line in right field, and that's down in fair territory. All the way into the corner. Rounding second and heading for third. This ball's finally picked up out in right. 3 runs are going to score. The throw is wide over to third. It's a bases clearing triple for Caden Konzak, and the Joes are loving it. 8-0 now here in the third.
I don't know who this Joes team is. I'm going to be completely honest. Yesterday, after not being able to hit the lefty that was brought in Lasecki, kind of shut the door. Now could control the lefty, and now all of a sudden they're up 8-0.
Hawthorne now 2 for 2, or excuse me, Konzak. With a runner on third now, Cal Brazier coming up, still nobody out. That pitch down and away to him. Really tough way for Nick Oyster to start his outing. First pitch coming in with the bases loaded, gives up the bases clearing triple. 1-0 pitch. Paints the outside corner on the fastball. Even the count at 1-1 to Brazier. 8 RBIs on the season now for Caden Konzak. Came into the game batting .159, but 2 for 2 today. Brazier looking for his second hit at the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball off the end of the bat, just hit to the second base side. Cope will come to his left and fire over to first in time for out number 2. Another run will score, though, as Konzak comes home no problem. 5 runs in the inning now for the Joes, who lead 9-0 here in the third.
Yeah, Cal Brazier just doing a job. Knew he had to put a ball to the right-hand side and did it effectively to get himself an RBI. His second of the day.
Yes, indeed. So for Owen Little, the starter, as disastrous of a stat line as you could finish with, as all 3 of those runs he was responsible for come in. First pitch caught up and out of play by Sam Lowe, the 9-hitter, who's 1 for 1 with a double.
It was that 7 runs, or 8 runs rather, and just 1 unearned.
Yeah, 9 runs, 8 earned for Owen Little. As the 0-1 is inside, or excuse me, 8 runs, 7 earned, as one of those is going to go to Nick Oyster. So bases empty, 1 out here for Sam Lowe. Breaking ball just misses off the plate for ball 2. Now into the 2-1 pitch. That paints the outside half of the plate for strike 2. That'll even the count to Sam Lowe.
Sam Lowe was actually tied Grant Miller in terms of RBIs. Came in with 11. Now has 2 in this game to move his tally to 13.
2-2. Down and away. Skips towards the Joes dugout to run the count full. Yeah, Lowe had the 2 RBI double in the second inning. Scored Konzak and Brazier. Final 2 runs to come around in that inning for the Joes. There was plenty more left in the tank for this third. 6 in the inning, or 5. 9 runs on 9 hits right now for the Joes. 3-2, down low between the legs of Davison for ball 4. It's a 1-out walk to put Sam Lowe on the base pads, and that will bring up the top of the order for the Joes. Grant Miller will come to the plate. He is now the only hitless Joe with 2 strikeouts. Funny, the league leader in batting average is now the only hitless player on the team, but certainly plenty more time to get back in that category. Runner on first, 1 out. First pitch, swing, chopped over to third. Throw over to second is in time. No throw over to first. Throw was a little wide, but a good job by Twain Cope to stay on the bag over there at second and at least get the lead runner. It won't be a 5-4-3, but Miller will reach on the fielder's choice, and crucially, Licking County going to finally record that second out. Joes have now batted around as Walker Bridges will come to the plate. 2 outs and a runner on first. 9th man to bat in this inning for the Joes. First pitch from Oyster. Breaking ball misses off the plate for ball 1. This has got to be the best inning we've seen from the Joes offense all season.
Oh, hands down. Everybody's hitting the baseball well.
1-0. Hangs, foul tipped straight back into the chest pad of Davison. Bridges maybe getting big eyes on that one, but just couldn't connect that one and square it up just off the bottom of the bat. That'll leave the count at a ball and a strike. Shadows beginning to creep over towards center field on the left side. Still mostly natural light illuminating the field here. Dennison, runner on the move. That pitch is down and away for ball 2. No throw over to second. Miller into scoring position for the Joes.
And now, interestingly, Miller and now Bridges have had their third at-bats in 3 innings.
Yep, you got 3 and 3. Top 2 in the order. 1 in each inning for both of those guys. Now a runner on second, a 2-1 count to Walker Bridges. Oyster fires, that time off the plate on the breaking ball. 3-1 count now. Oyster's had a little bit of trouble on these righty hitters pulling that breaking ball into that outside corner. He's missed off the plate quite a few times here early. Now we'll deal in the 3-1. Swing and a miss up high in the zone. Good fastball there from Oyster. Bridges goes chasing up high. That one was close to that outside corner. Full count, 2 outs. Runner on second. Joe's looking for more. Oyster set on the mound. Here's the pitch. This one fouled up and over the backstop, out of play. We'll keep the count at 3-2. Walker Bridges going to get another try. Bridges started really hot yesterday, as we mentioned, 2 for 2 to begin the day, and cooled off, went 0 for 3 in his final 3 at-bats.
It should probably be 2 for 2 tonight.
3-2, off the plate, ball 4. That breaking ball just couldn't find that outside half. We got a bluff from Grant Miller at second, but he went back. And the Joes will now bat their 10th in the inning as Nick Wimmers will come up for the second time. First and second and 2 outs. Wimmers going to get his first chance to bat lefty here, facing against the right-hander Nick Oyster. First pitch, swing and a miss up high on the fastball. For strike 1, big cut there from Nick Wimmers. He's probably eyeing up that gap in right center.
He's pulled the ball both times he's been up. So we do see Cope work into that 3-4 hole.
0-1 pitch. On the way, hit on the ground right at Twain Cope. Should be a routine play. Sidearm over to first, and it is. And a disastrous inning will come to the end for the Settlers. 5 across for the Joes, just on the verge of double digits as we head to the bottom of the third. After all that time off, Noah Tincher's going to have to come back, but he's got a nice cushion to deal with. 9-0, bottom of the third on the way. In just a moment, stay with us. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
Woman-owned and family-operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pate Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
7, 8, 9 due up for the Settlers. A lot of work to do in the bottom of the third, trailing 9-0 to the Hamilton Joes. Noah Tincher back on the mound. Lefty will deal in the first pitch. Swung on and missed by Ryan Davis for strike 1. Very interested to see how Tincher will respond given that really long break after the Joes batted 10 in the third inning. Lefty deals in the 0-1, this time well up and away to even the count at a ball and a strike.
I mentioned just lack of balls thrown today. That's just number 5 through 25 pitches.
1-1. This one lifted up softly to shallow right, coming in, diving and making the catch for the Joes is Caden Konzak. Konzak lost his hat. That one was just pushed off the end of the bat. Konzak came in. It was hit really shallow and just kind of fell forward toward the ball and was able to secure it for out number 1. 7 up, 7 down for the Settlers now, dating back through the first 2 innings. So the Settlers robbed once more, as just nothing has gone their way today. First pitch to Drew Furchaw, misses inside for ball 1. Hertshaw batting 118 this season. We saw him in the game yesterday. Or, excuse me, did not. Saw him in the last meeting between these two teams at Heath High School as the 1-0 paints the outside corner to even the count on a ball and a strike. 1-1. Tincher fires home on the outside corner for strike 2. Base is empty, 1 out.
I'd like to see that big old slider here from Tincher.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss up high. Hertshaw goes chasing. Strikeout number 4 for Tincher now. 2 down in this third as Tincher showing no signs of any sort of sluggishness or fatigue after that long break, continuing to roll all over these Settlers hitters. 8 in a row now retired. Twain Cope, the 9-man, looking for a change of pace here. Lefty will watch the first pitch in, down and in for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way, and it paints the outside corner for strike 1. There's that slider from Noah Tincher. Quickly, the 1-1 offering off the plate. Wimmers did his best to frame, but that one just slid off by a couple inches.
Not a mad miss by any means.
2 balls and 1 strike to Cope. The pitch low for ball 3. Believe this is the first time we've seen a 3-ball count all night from Noah Tincher. (3-1) off the plate, ball 4. The 9-man finally able to solve something as he works the 2-out walk. Twain Cope over to first. First base runner of the game. As the Settlers will go back to the top of the order. Adam Crawford coming up. He struck out looking his first time out.
Almost faced the minimum. Noah Tincher looking absolutely locked in right now. Doesn't throw a lot of balls. Those 4 balls probably the most we've seen in 1 inning as he's moved the count up to 10 total.
Twain Cope looks like he's in the blocks at a track meet over at first as the first pitch paints the outside corner for strike 1. He did not go.
Remember seeing that the last time we faced the Settlers.
Yeah, he almost faces towards second base and brings the knee down. So this time the 0-1 dives into the dirt and picked up by Nick Wimmers. We'll just look over to first, nothing doing, ball 1.
The one thing Tincher has to be careful not to do is to rush himself and walk Crawford as well. He need to take his time, deliver some good pitches, not worry about Cope over there at first.
1-1. This one hits softly, and it's going to actually backspin behind home plate. So that'll be strike 2. Joes have 9 runs off 9 hits. Licking County with 1 base runner on first. That's Twain Cope, who worked the 2-out walk just a moment ago. 1-2 the count to Adam Crawford. Runner on the move. Pitches inside, and they're going to ring him up, actually. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Back-to-back backwards Ks for Adam Crawford. Another 2-strike out inning for Noah Tincher, who's got 5 now through 3 innings. And he hangs another 0 on the scoreboard as we head to the 4th. All Joes through 3, 9-0 our score. As the bats will look to continue to produce for the Joes in the top of the 4th when we return. Joes Baseball is live here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
Hungry Joe's fans, stop by Richard's Pizza before, during, or after the Hamilton Joes game. Order a pizza that was voted #1 best pizza in Butler County, or order one of their famous Italian steak sandwiches at Richard's Pizza, located on 417 Main Street. You can order online or stop by Richard's Pizza for your next delicious meal.
The Robinson Fence Company.
All Joes through 3, 9-0 our score from Granville. As this Joes team continues the trend, must be something in the bus air or something. This team just can't seem to lose on the road. Looking to improve to 8-0 away from Foundation Field with a win this evening. Parker Lester will come up. First pitch from Nick Oyster, who's back on the mound, is flared up and out of play on the left side. Hit hard by Lester, but well off that left field line. Lester is 1 for 2, had a strikeout and then a bloop single in his last at-bat. Oh, 1 pitch, breaking ball, just finished below the zone for ball 1.
Lester has also got the Instagram takeover today.
Yes, he did. Throughout the day, got a little lift in this morning at the indoor at Miami. 1-1 upstairs for ball 2.
If you want to go vote on his Chipotle poll, are you a bowl or a burrito person? Luke, bowl or burrito?
I'm a bowl guy.
I would agree, bowl guy, 100%.
Head over to our Instagram, vote for yourself at Hamilton Joes. 2-1 to Lester, grounded right up the middle, through everybody into center field for a base hit. Little just kind of had to jump around on that one as that went straight up the middle. Not an extra base hit, but Parker Lester will still give a wave over to his dugout on the first base line, and he leads things off here in the fourth with yet another Joes hit into double digits now with 10 in the game. Bennett Clement will come up. He's 1 for 2. Runner on first and nobody out. Lester on the move. First pitch breaking ball outside, and it won't be able to be pulled out of the glove of Davison. No throw. Lester moves into scoring position.
I believe that's Lester's first stolen base of the season.
Have to check on that.
It is.
It is.
I think he was like one of the only guys that I
Well, actually,
was
he did
surprised.
have the one earlier in this game, if I'm not mistaken, where he stole third on the double steal.
Yes.
As the 1-0 is flared into right, that's going to drop for a bloop single. Lester waved around third. He's coming home. It's an RBI base knock for Bennett Clement. Joe's into double digits and mercy rule territory. 10-0 the lead now. As it has just been the Joes night. No matter who you pick in this Joes lineup, just feel like whoever comes up to the plate next is going to be able to get that hit. And really good to see from this Joes team. Runner on first, nobody out for Hawthorne. First pitch fastball zipped low, got by. Now the throw is high over to second as it was quickly recovered by Davison. Clement with the delayed run over there to second base on the ball that trickled away. Kind of bounced off Davison. I'm not sure if it hit his glove or what, but went in front of him. Clement decided to take the bag on that. So he'll move into scoring position. Pitch was low to Riley Hawthorne, so the count is 1-0.
You're going to credit that as stolen base.
Here's the pitch. Check swing, pitch down low, and Hawthorne held up, ball 2. Hawthorne, while not batting over the 300 mark, has been a really solid bat for the Joes this season. Just felt like he's been very reliable at the plate. 2-0 offering on the way. That's hit up the left side foul into the screen above the Settlers dugout. That'll make the count 2-1.
Well, top of the RBI list, it's Grant Miller with 13, Riley Hawthorne with 12, and Sam Lowe with 11. But Sam Lowe obviously has 2 today, so he's up to 13. So it's those 3 guys at the top of the Joes in terms of RBIs.
He lifted, go back to second for Nick Oyster. Yeah, if you're trying to keep track of those stats coming into today and now through these first, 3 innings, good luck. A lot of changes. Swing and a miss there on the breaking ball from Oyster for strike 2.
Yeah, average is changing.
Averages going up, RBI totals going up, stolen base totals going up, just everything you could ask for this Joes offense. Two balls and 2 strikes to Riley Hawthorne with a runner on second. That is Bennett Clement. Check back. Now the throw home. Misses down low, and the count is full. 3-2, up high, ball 4. Hawthorne with his second walk, back-to-back walks for him now. That'll put runners on first and second, and it will bring up Caden Konzak. Second straight inning now that the first 3 have reached base for the Joes. As we mentioned yesterday, the first time the Joes started a game with 2 singles all season. Thought that was an accomplishment, but definitely topped that today. First pitch low and in to Konzak. Caden was the one who really broke this open as he came in to face a new pitcher in Nick Oyster with the bases loaded and nobody out. Kind of a tipping point opportunity for the Joes, and he took full advantage. Smoking one up the first base line into the corner at a bases clearing triple. 1-0 into the dirt for ball 2. Oyster struggling a little bit with the command here. Oyster's generally been a 1 or 2 inning guy to the bullpen, has never gone longer than 2 complete innings. Last time he did that was on June 20th against the Grand Lake Mariners in a 5-3 loss. It's the 2-0 pitch now. Chopped up the middle, coming behind the bag from second and flipping his Cope onto first. That's not going to be in time. Fielder's choice for Caden Konzak. Bennett Clement advancing over to third. Runners on the corners and 1 out now for the Joes as Cal Brazier will dig in. Brazier had that big double in the second. Got an RBI to his name.
Make that 2. Grounded out his last time up as well.
Oh, yeah, did get the RBI ground out that knocked in Caden Konzak his last time up as well. So 2 RBIs and 2 at-bats for Cal Brazier. Runners on the corners, 1 out. From the stretch, righty set, dealing home. Oyster misses off the plate for ball 1. Stabbed at by Davison. Out of town action from Grady's Field. Jazz and Xenia tied up 1-1. Xenia, the hottest team in the GLSCL, 6 in a row for the Scouts, who moved into second place. Runner goes, pitches down low, and Davison not going to give it a go on that one. He'll just give the bag up to Konzak. 6th stolen base of the season for Konzak. 2 balls and no strikes to Cal Brazier.
The Scouts trying to tie the Joes record.
7 in a row for the Joes last week. Big cut and a miss on the 2-0 that just slid away from the outside corner out of the reach of Cal Brazier. That'll make the count 2-1. Yeah, the Joes were red hot last week. Kind of cooled down. It's been up and down since then. But certainly a great performance tonight. Maybe some momentum boost to build forward. 2-1 breaking ball off the plate for ball 3. Brazier at a Tiffin University struggled a little bit to start the season. Had a bit of a break as he left town, but has looked pretty good since he's come back.
The swings looked great, especially in the cages and the batting practice.
3-1 lifted up and behind home plate out of play. And so the count is full. Nick Oyster looking to retire a batter via the strikeout for the first time tonight. Three balls and 2 strikes, long pause, and now Oyster's going to step off. Brazier going to calm himself at the plate. Shadows now over the left 2/3 of the field, you could say. Still not quite there and right. Payoff pitch, lifted up and out of play off the end of the bat.
41 pitches for Nick Oyster. Threw 20 in that first inning. He came in relief and has now thrown 21 in this inning. He only recorded just the 1 out.
As mentioned, usually around 1 inning. That 2-inning game against the Mariners, it's a little bit of an oddity for him. Another 3-2 to Brazier. On the way, up high, ball 4. Brazier laying off. His first walk of the game. Second of the inning, given up by Nick Oyster, will load the bases for Sam Lowe. And that's going to draw another mound visit from Jake Dennis. Took a look over to the bullpen. I don't know if he's going to call that pitcher in or not, though.
Emotions, I think that's it.
And he's going to take the ball from Nick Oyster, which will end his day. So another new pitcher coming into the game in a bases-loaded situation. Second time we've seen that on the Settlers side tonight. Just looking to put out the fire with the Joes already leading by double digits. 10-0 our score. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. New pitcher on the mound is Connor Heinerman for the Licking County Settlers. Sophomore at the University of Dayton. Local boy from Newark, Ohio.
Flyers.
Granville area. Yep, plays for the Flyers collegiately. Good program there in Dayton, getting a new field. Lots of exciting things on the horizon for those Flyers. This is going to be the fourth appearance for Heinerman. He comes in a bases-loaded situation with one out. The batter for the Joes is Sam Lowe. Heinerman, the left-hander, will deal into the righty. First pitch to Lowe, and that one skips away from Davison. Everyone's going to advance a base, as that will bring in the 11th run of the game for the Joes. Clement in to score. Konzak will move over to third and Brazier to first. But now that's two times that the pitcher has come in a bases-loaded situation for the Settlers and given up a run on their first pitch. Not quite as detrimental that time for Heinerman, as Oyster gave up a triple. But one run does come in, and the force eliminated for the Joes. Second and third now. 1-0 pitch into the top of the zone for strike one. We see our first of that nice breaking ball from Connor Heinerman.
Well, and Sam Lowe trying to take full control of the RBI category. Tied to the top with Miller with 13. Miller has none today. Hawthorne has none today. But Sam Lowe with 2.
1-1. Hit on the ground into the 5-6 hole. Fielded at third. Throwing over to first. It's in time. And that will bring in another run. Brazier stays put at second, but Konzak is on the move from third. He'll score. So Sam Lowe, your new RBIs leader for this Hamilton Joes team. 3 more runs in the inning now for the Joes, who lead 12-0. And the top of the order will come up in Grant Miller with a runner on second and 2 away.
There's a bunch of guys just doing jobs that they need to do, not trying to be heroes, just, putting balls in play and making the defense do the work.
So Heinerman going to deal in this first pitch to Grant Miller. Breaking ball just missed up high for ball one. These games always interest me, especially with the GLSCL run rules, where if this lead holds, it would only go 7, of how you deal with that as a pitching coach. And, you know, how much pitching do you want to use? Do you maybe bring in a two-way guy? Do you maybe just bring in a straight-up position player? 1-0, fastball in the inside corner for strike one.
We did see against the Steam that they tried to bring in Ben McGue, and then that led to Walker Bridges coming in with the bases loaded and getting out of that game. 1 by 11 in that one.
1-1 to Miller. Chopped on the ground to third. White waits on it. Bullet across the diamond, and it gets by. Brazier going to round third and come home. Miller will dig into second. He's safe. Throw just a little bit low from White, as Furtshaw couldn't get the pick. So an E5 as Miller will reach for the second time tonight, despite still being hitless. And that'll bring up Walker Bridges with a runner on second. Still 2 outs in the inning. Joe's looking to maybe match that total from the from the third rather, 5 runs in that inning, 4 here in the fourth. 13-0 our score. All Hamilton through 4.
And again, the top 2 guys getting their 4th at-bats in as many innings.
Swing and a miss, a bit of a foul tip there from Walker Bridges. Just it seemed like, despite giving up some of the hits, this Settler staff just hasn't gotten some of the plays that they've needed to get. 0-1 upstairs. Seen some untimely errors. We've seen some just big timely hits from the Joes on the flip side. Just everything has seemed to go in one way this game. 1-1, hit hard on the ground over to third. White will wait on it, and the throw is high. And that is going to, I believe, get out of play, and it will. Back-to-back errors over there at third by Logan White. And the Settlers just cannot catch a break, as they won't be able to escape the inning just yet. 5 runs in now for the Joes, who bat around in back-to-back innings. As the score now 14-0. Nick Wimmers coming up. He is 1 for 3. A runner on second. That is Walker Bridges. First pitch called strike, but it gets away from Davison. Getting over to third is Bridges rather easily with no throw.
It does just seem that when it rains, it pours for the Settlers tonight. It's just the dam is broken. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
And they've been trying to just kind of patch things and put out small fires, and things have just seemed to get bigger and bigger as this one has gone on. 14 runs off 11 hits for the Joes. 0-1 count to Nick Wimmers. Breaking ball ripped up the left side, but foul. Walker Bridges had to matrix away from that one.
Ballerina style.
Throws the hands out. Nothing in 2 to Nick Wimmers. Back in the righty box, facing off against another left-hander in Connor Heineman. The big, lanky Dayton Flyers, 6'7", 210 out there on the Settlers mound. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled up and into the screen. Nothing in 2 to Wimmers. Breaking ball didn't come down far enough. 1 ball and 2 strikes. See how this game develops. Yesterday, by the standard set by the first 2 games, was pretty tame between these 2 teams. You saw things get a little bit chippy in the first couple of meetings, but things were pretty relaxed in terms of tension between the 2 squads yesterday. 1-2, swing and a miss from Wimmers for strike 3, and finally the inning comes to an end for the Settlers. But the Joes match the tally in the third. Here in the fourth, 5-5 in each of the last 2 innings, as things just seem to get better and better for the road team as this one goes on. To the bottom of the fourth we'll go. Noah Tincher, man, what a tough night it's been for him having to sit in the dugout and wait. He'll return for his 4th inning of work when we come back. Joe's Baseball live here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
The Robinson Fence Company of Hamilton has been serving the community for over 27 years. Receiving an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, they have been Hamilton's top choice for gating and fencing needs. Give them a visit at 1635 Howell Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-867-0080. At Smoothie King Fairfield, we believe in helping each guest meet their health and fitness goals. That's why our ingredients are chosen carefully, and every one of our blends is crafted purposefully so you can rule the day. We can find the perfect blend for you with whole non-GMO fruits, organic veggies, and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We're ready to serve you a healthy meal on the go with contactless pickup and delivery options. Visit us at 8744 Michael Lane in Fairfield, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-829-0824. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose.
Noah Tincher back on the mound. Quite a cushion for him to work with here in the bottom of the fourth. 14-0 as the Joes offense has come to play.
And then some.
Absolutely. In the second night of a home and home here in Granville. Danny Estrada will come out to lead this inning off. The 2-hitter 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Noah Tincher retaking the mound for the Joes. First pitch is going to hit him. We saw Tincher pitching the warm-ups before the inning, was a little bit wild towards that lefty box. And that one was in that exact same spot. He plunks Danny Estrada, leadoff man aboard for the Settlers. Second base runner of the game for Licking County.
Both of those base runners have come after long innings offensively for the Joes.
Yeah, it's interesting for a pitcher as Wisner's going to dig in. First pitch offering to him, swung on and missed on the outside corner for strike 1. Interesting as a pitcher because, you know, obviously it's nice to pitch with those cushions and have that sense of security, but also at the same time, your arm can really cool down when you just sit in that dugout for as long as Tincher has, and to do it twice in one game is pretty crazy. 0-1 on the top of the zone for strike 2, catches apiece. Still nobody up in the Joes bullpen just yet. Tincher looks at first, now fires the 0-2 home. Back pick to first is not in time. One ball and 2 strikes to Chase Wisner. Caught a barrel in the first inning, but flew out to right. It actually caught the top of the barrel in that, as the 1-2 is skipped, squeezed between the legs of Wimmers. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. It was a great play out there in right as Konzak came in to make the catch.
Yeah, big old star on that play. I've seen a couple of dazzling plays on both sides.
Absolutely.
Big diving play on left on the Settlers half.
That came in the second inning. 2-2, hit up the middle. This could be 2. Lester flips to second, low on to first. 4-6-3 double play, clears the bases.
Pitcher's best friend.
In case you haven't got the message tonight, nothing going right for the Settlers. Finally getting a base runner with nobody out and immediately put down on the 4-6-3. Drew Garth coming up. Another strikeout victim from Noah Tincher. 2 down and the base is empty here in the bottom of the fourth. Swing this one off the handle and ground it behind home plate foul.
They do say Murphy's Law. You know, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. It seems like that's in effect tonight for the Settlers.
Joe's looking to tie up this season series at 2 apiece. As the 0-1 misses up high. Ball on a strike. Once again, the rubber match will be on July 6th at Foundation Field, and a 7:05 start as these two teams will meet for the final time in the regular season. Both squads looking pretty solid, though, looking like they'll be fighting for a playoff spot. 1-1, swing and a miss. Down on the low part of the zone, Garth goes chasing for strike 2. Both these teams look like they could definitely be contenders, but there's kind of a lot of parity in those top 4 or 5 spots in the GLSCL South. 1-2, swing and a miss. Garth out in front of it, and Noah Tincher somehow, some way, faces the minimum in the 4th and continues to roll as the Joes looking good on both sides through 4. To the 5th we go. What more can the Joes bats do? We'll find out when we come back. Huge lead for Hamilton, 14-0. You're watching Joes Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Parker Lester going to lead off for the Joes. Little broadcast booth karaoke in between innings. We're having tons of fun. Joes leading 14-0. Parker Lester will dig in. 2 hits on the day for him. Back-to-back singles. As he takes the first pitch, flared down into center for a base hit. 3 in a row for Lester as he goes up the middle for the second straight at-bat. And a leadoff man aboard once again for the Joes. 12th hit of the game for Hamilton. That will bring up Bennett Clement.
We love seeing our good friend Parker Lester get hot at the plate.
Absolutely. Lester, a great friend of the broadcast and the content creation team here at the Hamilton Joes. Mentioned he did an Instagram takeover today. First pitch to Bennett Clement misses high and away for ball 1.
One that may well carry over to the bus ride back.
Absolutely, and it'll be a fun bus ride if things continue to hold the way they are. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter for all the updates, Facebook as well. Check out our mini-series that Lester does with Andrew Patrick, Candy Connoisseurs. Breaking ball finds the zone to make it a 1-1 count to Bennett Clement. Last episode in Richmond, they reviewed Sour Patch Watermelon featuring Grant Miller.
My favorite.
Great candy.
Highest rating so far.
Highest rating. 1-1 misses up high. Those guys love their candy. I told Parker, though, we're trying to get a candy endorsement deal with the team, but he pronounced Trolley Gummy Bears Trolley, and I said, you're never going to get an endorsement deal if you can't pronounce the name of the company right.
We'll fit him into the broadcast. You know, Swedish Swing or something like that.
Something like that. 2-1, little jam shot right at second base, caught and dropped. It's going to be put out and thrown over to first for a double play. Nice heads-up play there from Twain Cope. Or rather, they're just going to give him a line out. So I think maybe they're going to say he controlled it.
I'm confused.
Over
We're all
at first.
confused up here.
Lester's still standing on first, so I don't think he's out. It looked initially like Cope just knocked that one down, stepped on second for the force, and then threw over to first for the 4-3 double play. But instead, I guess they're going to say he caught the liner. So an L6 for Bennett Clement, Lester remaining on first. 1 down in the innings. We got a pickoff over to first. Riley Hawthorne at the plate.
Seen a couple of guys throughout the season try to do that. It's a tough play to try to make because it almost seems like it's last minute. You have to get the ball down first in your glove.
As the first pitch misses down and away to Hawthorne for ball one. Yeah, it's one of those plays where you just have to have the exact situation right, and to be able to make that play on a split second and a split decision like that can be so difficult. So the 1-0 is fired over to first for another pickoff.
It's just getting that controlled bounce exactly where you want it to drop right in front of you. And to do that, you almost have to catch it. And when you catch it, it's
it's
a
an out
catch,
right
yeah.
away. So now the 1-0 upstairs. Davison got to stand up to make that catch. Should mention that Furchaw is now out of the game at first for Licking County. He will be replaced by Lukac. As a breaking ball is gone after and lifted into the screen to run the count 2-1. Lukac already seeing quite a bit of action early in this inning with a few pickoffs. Nick Lukac out of Fitchers, Indiana, in the Indianapolis area. We saw him yesterday. He was 1 for 5 at the plate. 2-1. Hawthorne hits this one up the middle. That'll get through on the ground for a base hit. Lester going to stop at 2. And that is now the second hit for Riley Hawthorne. 4 for 4 on reaching base today. But a pair of walks and a pair of singles will mean a 2 for 2 stat line in terms of at-bats. Caden Konzak will come up to the plate now. He's 2 for 3, but has come around to score all 3 times as he reached base via the fielder's choice in the last inning.
All the numbers are correct. Riley Hawthorne back over the 300 mark in 302 now.
First and second, 1 out. First pitch breaking ball upstairs for ball 1. That breaking ball from Heinerman starts really high sometimes and has quite a bit of movement. Moves almost directly down. Doesn't have a whole lot of side-to-side stuff on his curveball, but it has a lot of drop. 1-0. Catches the outside half of the plate, middle part of the zone. Strike 1 of the at-bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Joe's leading 14-0. Heinerman gets set. Takes a couple looks at second. Now deals home. Swing and a miss on the pitch that dove beneath the bat of Caden Konzak. So a bit of a mini road trip for the Joes today as they head out here to Licking County. They'll be back home tomorrow to take on the Cincinnati Steam at Foundation Field. 7:05 first pitch. Last game of the week for the Joes before the off day. 1-2 upstairs. 2-2. This weekend, though, the Joes will be all over the road as they will head to Xenia on Friday, Athens to take on the Southern Ohio Copperheads on Saturday, and then Grand Lake on Sunday to take on the Mariners. 2-2, skips away. Pitch was low. Both runners are going to advance 1 base. On to second and third go Hawthorne and Lester. And the count runs full to Caden Konzak. That is the last kind of long stringing road trip of the season for the Joes, as they only have one more bus trip after this weekend. It will come in a couple of weeks as they'll head to Grand Lake one final time. This is the last time the Joes will play against Licking County on the road this season. (3-2) to Konzak, low for ball 4. That'll load the bases with 1 down. Cal Brazier coming up to the plate. So for the Joes, a crucial time here as you're going to get your last looks on the road, which is a place where you've really excelled, as we mentioned, at some of these teams in the kind of central and eastern Ohio, southeastern Ohio areas. First pitch to Brazier, right down Broadway for strike 1. Should mention that the GLSCL South schedule is kind of structured so that the last little bit of the season you play against all the opponents that are closest to you. So for the Joes, they'll be seeing a lot of the Xenia Scouts and Cincinnati Steam over the final couple weeks.
See if we can cool off the scouts ourselves.
0-1 to Brazier. Paints the black on the outside corner for strike 2. And in that Xenia Scouts game from Grady's Field, they're in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs and a runner on first for Xenia. Still tied at 1 apiece. Scouts looking for 7 in a row. 0-2, Brazier fouls it back. That one was breaking towards the heart of the plate, and Brazier protects. So it was really interesting how the standings kind of looked, because the Joes, despite the loss yesterday, retained a game-and-a-half lead on the rest of the South Division. And now with a win today, depending on some results around the league, could potentially move that lead up to as many as maybe 2 games. 0-2 to Brazier, misses up high. Breaking ball that never really got the spin to fall back down. First ball of the at-bat to Cal. Count is 1-2. Lights beginning to flick on here at Big Red Field. One-two to Brazier, lifted up and into the screen. Good at bat from him as he continues to battle. It's been a fantastic game for Brazier. 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. He's got 2 RBIs. He scored, or 3 RBIs. He scored 2 runs. As he's doubled his RBI tally, moving it from 3 to 6 on the year. Heinerman pitching from the stretch here with the bases loaded and 1 out. 1-2 to Brazier. Fouled back again. Just racking up the pitch count at this point is Cal Brazier. Just continuing to wait for his pitch. Heinerman's kind of thrown around the perimeter of the zone, right on the edge. Brazier doesn't really like it. Another 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Brazier got a piece with the handle of the bat, but it went right into the glove of Davison. So a big second out recorded by the Settlers as Brazier down on strikes.
Now batting for the Joes, number 2.
Third wave for Connor Heineman, or second rather. As now Sam Lowe will come up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Base is still loaded, 2 down in the inning. Settlers looking to hang their first 0 on the board. First pitch, down and in for ball 1. Check swing, they'll check out to the base umpire, but Lowe held up. Still no throwing action, as now they're playing some 2-ball out in the Joe's bullpen.
We're playing
Pitchers
for like
all
an inning or so.
standing in the circle. As a swing and a foul tip, I believe, from Lowe's. That one trickled between the legs of Davison.
The game
Move the
has
count
gotten
1-1.
bigger, though. It was just 2 people, and now I think it's like 4 or
I
5.
think, yeah, almost every pitcher out there is involved. There are a couple former starters, guys that I think aren't pitching today. They're sitting up on the bench watching. I think everyone else is sitting around the circle, just tossing around, trying to maybe stay warm, have a little bit of fun. 1-1 pitch upstairs to Lowe for ball 2. 2-ball was a big thing for the Joes team last year. They played it before pretty much every game. We saw them play it through pouring rain. Guys would play it on the field. They didn't really seem to care. They always had to get their 2-ball game in. The 2-1 grounded to short. Waited on by Wisner. He'll just get the force at second. And the Settlers will escape the inning and put up a 0 on the scoreboard. So for the first time, the lead does not expand for the Joes here in the top of the 5th, as the Settlers will look to get something going in the bottom of the inning, still trailing by double digits. 14-0 our score. Stay with us. We're having a lot of fun here from Denison University. This is Joes Baseball here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Story Point Fairfield isn't just a place to reside. It's a place for residents to truly shine every day. Offering a diverse range of senior living services, our community is designed to suit all resident lifestyles, from highly independent seniors to those who may require day-to-day assistance. Every resident becomes a member of our community. We strive to make sure each moment of each day is something to remember. Whether you need one surface for multiple sports or a sports-specific field build, the Mott's Group is here to help. Their experience ranges from professional sports clubs to educational institutions to community complexes, fueling teams with consistent, safe, and reliable fields. Contact them at 513-548-3622 to get your new turf field.
Welcome back inside Big Red Field here in Granville, bottom of the fifth. Noah Tincher looking to continue to mow down these Settlers hitters. 14-0 is the lead he has to work with on a night where it's been all Hamilton. A lot to be excited about as the first pitch way up high and away from Davison. Pulls Nick Wimmers into a full 360 as he reaches out to grab that one. That'll make the count 1-0. Davison flew out to center his only time up. That time it skips down and in for ball 2. We saw Tincher hit a batter in the last inning. That was Danny Estrada to lead off the bottom of the fourth, but then drew a ground ball that resulted in a 4-6-3 double play and then struck out the next batter to face the minimum. As the 2-0 was outside for ball 3, Tincher with a shake of the head.
It's the shortest amount of time we've seen between innings since probably the first and second. So very interesting that he's had a little bit of trouble finding the zone.
3-0 right down the plate for ball 1. We mentioned the efficiency for Tincher as he deals the 3-1. Flared over there to the right side. Brazier's going to catch that one on the fly. Just a couple inches off the turf. It's going to be a line out for Austin Davison. Base is still empty, 1 out for Logan White. But Tincher had just 48 pitches through 4 innings. Really solid outing for him, especially considering all the variables he's had to deal with sitting in the dugout. First pitch over the outside corner for strike 1.
And it's come in and just done exactly what you wanted, just filled it up. It's at the end of the day, that's all you can ask. Come in, fill up the zone, and let the chips fall where they may.
Swing and a miss that time on the off-speed offering for strike 2.
The chips falling very, very well.
Very well.
For Tincher tonight.
He's making his 4th appearance. He's got a record of 0-1 coming into this game. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball right down the pipe. Blown by as Noah Tincher now up to 7 strikeouts. Tincher, in his 3 appearances, has started 2 games, come in once out of the bullpen. The one decision he had was a loss when he came out of the pen. It's the first pitch breaking ball, misses high and away to Davis. And in that game, he really just did not look as comfortable as we'd seen from him in the first 2 starts. 1-0 offering as well outside. Both times he started on the mound looked really in command of his pitches. He's looked very strong. He's been able to dominate hitters, but almost looked like he pitched a little bit scared on the mound when he came in relief. But right back to that starting stuff today, and he's looked fantastic. 2-0 down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, came in, had a great first inning, and then was left out for the second inning, and definitely struggled a little more than we have seen before.
2-1 pitch just misses that inside corner. Count is 3-1 to Ryan Davis. Bases empty, 2 out. Quickly into the 3-1. That one glances off the glove of Wimmers down low, and that'll be ball 4. 2 out base runner as the second walk given up by Tincher. I'll bring up, I believe, Lukac coming in. As indeed that will be the case. Nick Lukac coming in for Drew Furchaw defensively in the last inning. He'll get his first look at the plate. Runner on first. Lukac check swings at the first pitch. They'll check out to the base umpire. I'm going to say he went for strike one. That pitch was down low.
Lukiak was phenomenal defensively yesterday. And that big win for the Settlers last night.
0-1 pitch off the plate. Wimmers pumping over to first. That'll make the count 1-1. For Licking County, they've got 4 games in the next 3 days, so maybe a chance to give Drew Furchaw some rest. It's the 1-1 down low. All pretty much academic in this one. The Joes up 14. You got a tough stretch of games coming up, so you're going to need to use your whole lineup. 2-1, swing and a miss in the dirt. Wimmers picks it up. No move over there at first from Davis. Count is 2-2 for Lukac. All 4 of those games, though, will be played here at Denison before they'll have an off day and then head to Bob Wren Stadium to take on the Southern Ohio Copperheads on Sunday. 2-2 pitch. Ring him up. Strike 3 called in the inside corner. And that will end things here in inning number 5. Brief hiccup for Noah Tincher as he walks Ryan Davis with 2 outs, but it won't matter. 2 Ks in the inning for him, up to 8 now in the game as he hangs another 0 here in the 5th. Joes continue to lead by 14. To inning number 6 we will go. Due up for the Joes at the top of the order. Grant Miller looking for his first hit. Walker Bridges and Nick Wimmers will all hit when we come back. You're watching Joes Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. New pitcher taking the mound in the top of the 6th inning for Licking County. It is Garrett Montgomery, the senior from Newark, Ohio, right-hander at a Capital University nearby Columbus. His team trailing by 14. 14-0, the Joes lead with the top of the order due up. Grant Miller looking for his first hit, GLSCL average leader coming into this game. It's been the one bat that's really struggled in this lineup tonight. The first pitch is outside for ball 1. 2 strikeouts, a fielder's choice, and a reach on an error over at third base from Logan White. 1-0 pitch. This one hit down into the gap in right center. Coming over and not getting there is Crawford. Hit streak extended for Grant Miller. And that's the first hit of his night.
And now the longest one of the season. Passes Bennett Clement. That's 10.
10-game hit streak, yeah, into double digits. The longest hit streak of the season, I believe, in all of the GLSCL, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely on this Joes team. And now we got a pinch hitter, Clay Badalak, going to come in for the DH Walker Bridges. First pitch just up high for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch snapped in. This one lifted up and out of play, pushed up the left side, foul. Joes have now struck even in the run and hit tallies with that single by Grant Miller. 14 hits in the game for the Joes to match their 14 runs. This one hit into the gap in left center. Coming over is Crawford, and that one's going to drop for a base hit. He misplays it. Coming around second, but now retreating back is Grant Miller. Probably got 5 steps off second base, but decided against it. Back-to-back singles. Clay Badalak will convert on the pinch hit opportunity. And Nick Wimmers will now come up first and second. Wimmers 1 for 4 today. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Wimmers, the lefty, watches the first pitch go by in the outside corner. For Wimmers, got to think about what the approach is like. It seems like in this game when he's seen a new pitcher almost every time he's come up, having to flip back and forth, being that switch hitter from the righty and lefty box. This time batting lefty against the right-hander Montgomery. He'll chop this one foul up the right side to make the count 0-2.
Yeah, putting his switch hitting skills to great use tonight.
Absolutely. But that really puts your kind of mental work you got to think to the test than muscle memory.
I always wonder what that would be like, having to flip-flop almost every at-bat.
In batting practice, he takes half his swings in each round from each side. So he'll swing a few and then switch sides and swing a few. 0-2, fouled off toward the Settlers dugout. For Licking County, Montgomery, pitcher who hasn't given up an earned run yet, just 3 hits in 3 1/3 innings pitched, has a record of 1-0. No strikeouts, though, to his name just yet. 3 walks. 0-2 down low. Davison will make the block and hold the runners. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Nick Wimmers. Wimmers got the night off yesterday, back in the lineup. Montgomery deals home. This one lifted into center field. Crawford coming over, calling him off as Estrada who will make the catch in left for out number 1. Another one popped up by the Joes, but this time it's finally able to find a Licking County glove. Parker Lester looking to continue a string of singles, 3 for 4, with a base knock in each of his last 3 at-bats. First and second runner on first.
Back against the righty himself.
First pitch, hit on the air, way out of play, up the left field line. Pushed hard. That ball hit pretty well. Not an exceptionally hard swing from Parker Lester by any means, but he caught a good piece of the bat, just couldn't put it in play. 1-1, or 0-1 rather, as that one's hit into left field. Coming in is Estrada, and that one's going to play on the 1-hop. Estrada dove at it, but just played it on the short hop. 4 for 5 now on the day for Parker Lester. All the runners will advance 1 base. He's cheesing over there on first base. Now he's taunting the bullpen.
We got to have him take over the Instagram every day if he's
a
going to hit
guy,
like this.
he just loves to have fun. He's a guy that just is really enjoyable to watch. So now the base is loaded for Bennett Clement, who will swing and miss at the first pitch. Slider in the dirt for strike 1. Clements is 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Lined out to second base his last time up. 0-1. Breaking ball lifted up right side. It's going to spin out of play and land in the woods.
Please return all foul balls to the Settlers dugout. Thank you.
Sky still a light shade of blue on a very nice day for baseball.
Gorgeous.
here in Granville. Beautiful Granville, Ohio. Nice town just outside the Columbus area. Home of Denison University, the campus where we are playing today. 0-2, low and away for ball one.
But a really nice string of days to play some baseball games.
Absolutely.
Mid-70s almost most of the week.
Yeah, weather was up and down. We saw a lot of rain in the early season, then it got really hot, but it's been great here in week 3. 1-2 misses outside. Really nice field here at Denison University, home of the Big Red powerhouse Division III program out of the North Coast Athletic Conference. Hosted a regional here, won 35 games.
Rival of our stats guy.
Yes, sir. Sam Muse. Grounded hard to short. Played over, and now throw to first is in time. Grounded over to second, rather, as a 4-6-3 double play will end the inning. And the Joes will not be able to scratch a run across here in the 6th. Back-to-back zeros hung up on the scoreboard by Settlers pitching. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Lincoln County trying to put this one out of run rule territory. They've got 6 outs to work with Noah Tincher back on the mound when we come back. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is safe and ready for you. Have an injury of some sort? Stop by Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine located on 3035 Hamilton Mason Road. The physicians and specialists at the Tri-Health Orthopedic and Sports Institute provide a full range of orthopedic care to ensure you don't miss out on a single moment on or off the field.
Joe's fans, in need of insurance, United Heartland Insurance Agency has your back. A consolidation of a number of family-owned independent insurance agencies dating back to 1872. For years, they have been protecting the assets of their clients by offering comprehensive and competitive business, personal, and life insurance products. Visit their Hamilton office at 185 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-896-5555.
The Greater Miami Valley YMCA. When communities get better, the world gets better. Discover how we positively impact the nation and how you can help us, one neighborhood at a time. The Greater Miami Valley Y, your local stop for building a healthy spirit for mind and body for all.
Nine 1-2 due up for the Settlers. 14-0 our score. As the lefty Noah Tincher back out on the mound for the Hamilton Joes. Twain Cope has had one plate appearance. He walked. First pitch is yanked outside for ball one. We saw it with a couple of righties in the last 2 innings, and now with a lefty, the first pitch from Noah Tincher way outside.
Almost a running theme to start innings.
Now the 1-0, right down Broadway, strike one. As Tincher continues to command that zone well, giving up just 3 base runners. 1-1, just off that outside corner, a little low for ball 2. Walked 2, hit 1 through 5 complete innings. 2-1 pitch into the inside corner, falling in nicely for Tincher for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Cope. 2-2 reached for and poked up into the screen. So another 2-2 count. Richmond has taken a 3-1 lead over the Xenia Scouts, trying to break that win streak. That game in the top of the 7th from Grady's Field. Some North Division action also going on. 2-2 swung on and foul tipped. Just barely couldn't be squeezed by Nick Wimmers. So that one popped out of his glove up high on the corner.
If that doesn't tell you how good the South is kind of parity-wise, then I don't know what is. The Jazz having to break that win streak when the Scouts knock off the top 3-4 guys in the league.
2-2 to Cope. High and in. That'll make the count 3-2. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of parity. Southern Ohio a little ways behind, but other than that, Richmond at 8-10 and Xenia at 8-7. That's the difference between second place and second to last place right now in the South. Payoff pitch from Tincher, reached for, hit over to low at short. Throw is high over to first, and the person's going to get off the bag. Brazier had to jump up as it was offline. Tried to get the tag there on Cope, but couldn't do so.
We're all looking very eagerly at the scoreboard.
Very, very eager. So I think that one might
Scoreboard says
be,
error.
it's going to be an E6. So a runner on first now for the top of the order in Adam Crawford. Pickoff move over to first was rather close, but Cope back in time. Tincher takes a long look at first. Crawford doesn't like it at the plate. He'll call time. Crawford 0 for 2 today. 2 looking strikeouts. He's been punched in the first and third. This pitch is low for ball 1. One-0 pitch now. Just misses low for ball 2. Still nobody up in the Joe's bullpen. This kind of lead. I guess thinking they just want Noah Tincher to ride this one out and save all the arms for tomorrow. Rivalry matchup against the Steam. 2-0 sent in onto the outside corner for strike 1. Bit of a wider delivery there from Noah Tincher than maybe we normally see. Initially looked like he might have even considered going over to first on that one before kind of turning that arm towards home. He found the outside corner. Now the 2-1, grounded to second. Lester charging in. They get the lead at first, but no play over, or at second rather, no play over to first as Cope is put down. Crawford reaching via the fielder's choice. So now one down in the inning. Danny Estrada will come up. Estrada 0 for 1 was hit on the first pitch of the at-bat his last time up in the 4th. So another lefty coming up here. That's 3 straight for the Settlers. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Joe's up 14-0 on Licking County. Runner on first. Tincher's first pitch bouncing, stopped by Wimmers for ball 1.
This will be pitch number 14 of the inning.
Pitch count approaching 80 for Noah Tincher. This will be pitch number 80. 1-0. Misses down low. Back-to-back at-bats now. The Tincher falls behind 2-0. Was able to record an at-bat, or an out rather, on the fielder's choice in the last at-bat.
Takes his big long loop around the mound trying to collect his composure.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. This one hit on the ground to second. Lester over. Now on to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play. And that will retire the side here in the 6th. That time tailor-made. It was going to be difficult on the last one from Crawford, but that one pretty routine. Lester to low to Brazier as the Joes turn it 4-6-3, and another 0 up on the scoreboard. To the 7th inning we go. Joes maybe looking for a little more insurance before trying to slam the door and secure the run rule in the bottom of the 7th inning. When we come back, inning number 7 on the way here from Granville. Hawthorne, Konzak, Brazier due up for the Joes when we come back on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Riley Hawthorne going to lead things off for the Joes. Stay with us here in this 7th inning. Joes leading 14-0, but we could see something very, very important in the bottom of the inning when that time comes. For now, the Joes looking for a little more insurance. Hawthorne coming in. Montgomery back out on the mound for the Settlers. First pitch to Hawthorne, swing and a miss. He's out in front on the outside half of the plate for strike one. Hawthorne is 2 for 4 with 2 walks and 2 singles. Scored runs in each of his first 2 times reaching base. The 0-1 runs inside on him. Even the count of the ball and a strike. Sky beginning to darken. So we're about 2 hours past the start time. 1-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch chopped on the ground right side. Coming over is Cope to his left behind the first base bag. He'll make the play for out number 1. Hawthorne retired for the first time tonight. So we've got the Settlers broadcast crew in front of us. They have made mention a few times of Montgomery not having a strikeout yet on the season, looking for strikeout number 1. He's had the Joes on 2 strike counts a number of times now, but still looking for that first K. Caden Konzak next up for the Joes. Nobody on and 1 down. First pitch just off the inside corner as Konzak kind of turned his body away from it for ball 1. Konzak is 2 for 3, but has reached base all 4 times he's come to the plate. A walk and a fielder's choice in addition to 2 hits. 1-0 onto the outside half of the plate for strike 1. Fastball offering the air. Montgomery, another one of those guys that we talk about here in this league that pitches from the stretch all the time. Nobody on. Deals this one in. Softly hit. Shallow left center. Coming back from short and making the play is Wisner for out number 2. Nice play there as he turned around, just kind of jogged back, then kind of made another 180 to face back towards home plate. Reached up and made the grab. And there's 2 outs in the inning with the bases empty now for Cal Brazier. Settlers looking for their first 1-2-3 of the game potentially. So they've made some progress as this game has gone on. They're giving up runs in each of the first 4 innings, 2 zeros. First pitch, swing and a miss. Nice slider from Montgomery away from the bat of Brazier for strike 1.
And that kind of seems to be what Montgomery has kind of come in and done for the Settlers. He's come in and just kind of shut the door on a couple of games, despite the no strikeouts.
0-1 is the same pitch, but this time Brazier lays off for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cal. 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. Here's the offering, swing and a miss for strike 2. The slider continuing to work. 3 in a row. Montgomery's got Brazier 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside. Brazier's chased a couple times, but that time just a little too far outside for him to maybe think about it. But 4 sliders now. Montgomery deals quickly. Brazier laces that one left side. It's down into left field for a base hit.
Really good to see Brazier just kind of have some really good at-bats and try to get himself back to where he needs to be.
Yeah, even in the one kind of lacking at bat, you could say, for Brazier. He's been retired twice, but one of the ground outs, he had an RBI. The strikeout for him was a marathon at bat where he really racked up the pitch count. So really every at bat has had something positive for him today. Now a runner on first, 2 outs for Sam Lowe. He goes after the first pitch, chop foul up the left side. 17 hits now in the game for this Joe's lineup. Almost averaging 2 per player as the Joes are about to finish their 5th run-through of the lineup. 0-1, just off the plate on the slider. That one almost looked like it had a little bit of almost arm side run on the end of it that almost ducked it back into that outside corner, but just missed by a couple inches. 1-1. This one grounded up the left side and into left field through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. Sam Lowe puts it on the ground, and now back-to-back 2-out singles for the Joes. Flip the lineup card to the top of the order as Grant Miller will come to the plate for the 6th time. He is 1 for 5. A chance for Miller to maybe make this as positive of a day as possible after starting 0 for 4. He could potentially end this game 2 for 6 and keep the average at a pretty reasonable level as he leads the league in that category. First pitch, watch out. Up near the head, Miller gets out of the way for ball 1. Grant Miller out of Ball State, facing off against Garrett Montgomery. That finds the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, the live score has his average at 379, and in order to stay at the top, he needs to keep it above 391.
So close.
Needing a hit this at bat for sure.
Yeah, needing a hit for sure to maybe keep it. As the 1-1 lifted out into right. Garth looking up, and he makes the catch. Grant Miller, the average leader in the GLSCL, no more, unfortunately, as that will retire the side, but it will take us to the bottom of the 7th. Well, a very important milestone could be on the way for the man on the mound, Noah Tincher, jogging back out there as we are here in the 7th inning stretch. Joe's leading by 14. As long as they're able to give up less than 5 runs, the game will be over in the bottom of the 7th, but something far more important on the line for this Joe's defense in the bottom of the inning. We'll return in just a moment. Exciting finish at hand here from Granville. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. To the bottom of the 7th we go from Granville. Noah Tincher returning to the mound for the Joes. And the Settlers still looking for something offensively. They've gotten a few base runners, but nothing doing. First man to bat will be Chase Wisner. He sprays that one foul right side on the first pitch. Noah Tincher at 81 pitches through 6 innings. Gonna try to close this one out for the Joes. Try to complete the run rule victory, 10 or more through 7 innings. The lead will have to stay. 0-1 misses up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. From the windup, here's the 1-1 pitch. That dives down and away for ball 2. 2-1 count. The pitch to Wisner, swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball that dives under the bat of Wisner, and a 2-strike count here for Noah Tincher. He's got 8 strikeouts. 2-2, hit into center. Backing up is Clements. Underneath it, he makes the catch for out number 1. Noah Tincher a step closer now. Drew Garth comes up to the plate for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 each way. Looking and swinging. Bases empty, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Noah Tincher gonna call Nick Wimmers over, and we've got someone working up in the Joe's bullpen.
It might just be.
It's just guys
someone
throwing
going to
around, I
bullpen.
think, right now.
Yeah.
Righty out there throwing.
86 a little high, so maybe you know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
First pitch to Garth. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. It's been a favorable day for Tincher in that regard. As the 0-1 misses inside for a ball and a strike. A lot of lefties in the lineup today for Licking County. So, a bit lucky to have Tincher be the starter today for the Joes. 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Drew Garth down 1-2. Bases empty, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Right down the plate, breaking ball called strike 3. Down the pipe on the breaking ball. It falls into the zone. A sombrero for Drew Garth. And Noah Tincher is 1 out away. 2 down. Bottom of the 7th. Austin Davison is the batter. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a line out. Davison, the righty, coming up with the bases empty. First pitch from Tincher on the way. Swing and a hit into right field. Backing up is Konzak. He's underneath it. He makes the catch, and that is it. 14-0. The Joes get a run rule victory, and Noah Tincher has himself a 7-inning no-hitter. The Joes bring the Gatorade cooler out. The whole team mobbing him on the mound. We saw them get 1 inning away earlier in the season. This time, Noah Tincher flying solo, and the Joes complete the run rule victory in miraculous fashion. A no-hitter, the 2nd of the season in the GLSCL. And wow, what an unbelievable night here in Granville.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better. Dominant in all facets of the game. Pitching, got the 9 strikeouts, just 1 short of Dome, who threw 10 just earlier this week, and then put up 14 runs on what was a great day offensively. Everybody chipping in that regard, but history made.
Absolutely. So this was actually a very interesting game, especially if you're a Joes fan. You saw the runs early, but then the more and more this game moved along, the more you realized, wow, Noah Tincher might be pretty close. And as we got into the late innings, started to hold our breath. Of course, we can never mention that on a broadcast explicitly. I would never, ever do that. But Noah Tincher, what a night for him. He was very frustrated after his last appearance. We mentioned he came out of the bullpen, looked a little bit shaky, definitely not the confident Noah Tincher that we had seen in his first 2 starts. Comes back on the mound in the starting role today, and it is a 7-inning no-hitter for the local guy from Hamilton, Ohio, out of St. Joseph's University, as the Joes improve to 8-0 on the road and run rule the Licking County Settlers 14-0, your final. Stay with us. We're going to have full post-game coverage here from Granville. Blake Griffin will have it, and we'll have the man of the hour up here to have a chat with us as we wrap things up here from Big Red Field. Joes win in no-hitter fashion. Unbelievable night. Stay with us. Post-game is next.
back here at Denison University after a historic day on the mound for Noah Tincher. I'm joined here in the box with Noah Tincher. Noah, how you feeling after that?
Oh, man, I feel great. Yeah, I mean, I had my best stuff today, and that was just it. I know if I have that, that's all I need.
Best stuff, maybe a bit of an understatement. 9 strikeouts and really not a lot of balls hard hit outside of the infield.
Right.
Your defense picking you up defensively, your offense picking you up offensively. How easy is it to kind of pitch almost no nerves when you're up there and it's 6-0 after a couple innings?
Yeah, I mean, this team's great. I mean, I couldn't thank them enough for, the defensive play in right field, obviously, that's going to be a memorable one for me. But also the offense, man, it was really great just knowing that I don't really have to do too much out there, just be myself, and we'll be able to win a ball game.
Now, is this the first one ever?
Believe it or not, no, it's not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so not new by any means.
No.
When was the last one?
The last one was fall of 2020.
Mm.
Yep. That was a great game.
So we'll look to hope that you continue your way through this season. Hopefully we see some more history from you, but congratulations. Enjoy this one. It'll be a fun bus ride home.
Thank you, for sure.
Noah Tincher with the 7-inning no-hitter. Struck out 9, walked 2, and hit 1 batter. But for the whole day, looked dominant all the way through as I'm joined with Luke Wespoli back up here in the box. Luke, a historic day here in the box. Is that your first time calling a no-hitter?
It is. I was so close. What was that? About a week and a half
Grand
ago
Lake,
in
yeah.
Xenia. Went, eight
Xenia,
and a third innings and was so close to that one. But today, first no-hitter I've ever gotten to see. First no-hitter I've ever gotten to see in person, not even just call the game. So very, very excited. Joe's bats were working early, so that, of course, made the game interesting right off the bat. And then as we got later and later, as I kind of mentioned in our closing, you started to think more and more. It started to pop into your mind. You see that 0 in the hit category. You see the innings climb closer and closer and closer. And once the Joes went up, 14, and they really had that cushion on the run rule, at that point you were really thinking, I think he's going to do this. And obviously Joe's really confident in him. Didn't put up anybody in the bullpen until the very, very end. And we mentioned just some light throwing stuff. Great to see that confidence put in the arm of Noah Tincher. They really believe in him on the mound and in that starting role. They think he's a guy that can carry them really deep throughout this season. And, just really great stuff to see all around. Obviously now the no-hitter is going to be the thing that carries the spotlight, but we can't let that take away from what the offense did today. 18 hits for the Joes. Just an unbelievable night all around. Pitching, hitting, whatever you need. The Joes even had some great plays in the field as well.
Mm-hmm.
This was just a picturesque night and a perfect way for the Joes to stay perfect on the road now 8-0 away from Foundation Field.
Yeah, good way all the way around. Everybody on the offensive side finishing the day with a hit. Most notably Sam Lowe, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Caden Konzak, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. And Bennett Clement, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. A lot of extra base hits, a lot of good offense. We look to keep this thing rolling into tomorrow as we'll host the Cincinnati Steam at Foundation Field, 7:05 our start. Blake Griffin and Luke Wespoli will have that for you tomorrow. But history here at Denison. We're going to wrap things up here. For everyone who makes this production possible, thank you so much for helping us out. 14-0 our final score. Luke Wespoli, Blake Griffin signing off here from Denison. Go Joes.